All right, here we are again, back driver's side, 2004 RTV 900. As I said, I decided to rip out the driver's side, repair the frame there. This is where I'm at right now. Cut off the support there. I cut the frame right there at right before that last bit, right at that last bend, because there's a lot to weld to once you get to that point. And then you cut it. I gotta go back a little bit further, right to there. Cut it right to this part, because this is really thick plate steel, 3A steel. And this is real thick 3A steel. So you have a lot to weld to there, and the front part of the frame is still attached to a lot, so there's nothing to worry about. Here you can see the outline of the bottom piece of the square tubing still from the frame. Comes out and then it makes the bend there. I gotta cut these welds on all four sides, and then this section of frame will come out, and I'll clean up this flat plate so I can re-weld to it, just like I did the other side. Then once I bend my new section of frame, weld it in, I'll put a gusset that goes about 12 inches past this across the face. And then when it gets to my new section, it'll overlap my new section about 6 inches, 4 to 6 inches, top and bottom, with like an L channel. Just like I'll show you the other side I did, that's complete. Move over to the other side. I found my brake issue. I wasn't able to push this thing. I had to tow it in here, and I thought maybe because it was just like the hydrostatic tractors, maybe there was a release lever or something, but there isn't. My brakes were hung up on the other side. Now everything moves freely, nice. Wasn't doing that before. But anyway, here's the done section. I showed in the last video the chassis where I welded it there together. That's where it was cut. The new section, I bent it. That's a one-piece bend right there. I notched out the square tubing and folded it in so I can make that bend. It's welded to the inside, to the outside, and to the inside. There's also where it meets here, because this is 3/8 plate, that's 3/8 plate. The frame is 3 inches wide. I get a piece of 1/8 inch angle line. Cut it 3 inches. I also stuck it, it's hard to see, you can see it, I stuck it in here. And that also gave another gusset to the inside. This plate right here, you can see my frame, my original frame that I made goes up to here like I did on the other side. This is overlapped about 3 inches on this side. Here's that L channel gusset that I made. So this goes to my new metal. Notched it out around the tubular frame. One piece still, and it goes all the way to the front, about 12 inches. So yeah, it probably is better than new guys. I'm just used to doing automobiles and stuff, so I guess overkill isn't gonna hurt, huh? I also have access points I drilled in here so that I can actually, like I said, I can put fluid film in here so we'll never have that problem again. And this side was okay. This is the side that you can look at my previous video. This was rotted out, like I said, from here all the way across here. This was gone. There was nothing here at all. So I formed this to me. I mean, the welds themselves, I'm using a flux core welder here. This is all I have to work with, so I apologize. It looks good. It's going to hold. I mean, the welds aren't beautiful, but it's going to hold for sure. That's all I have to work with. Again, there's inside diameter tube. I put inside of this tube that overlaps actually all the way to here. It goes all the way to the bend. So there's tube inside of this tube to support it. So you don't just put two tubes together. You're not going to have any support that way. You got to put a tube inside the tube, or solid stock. You can put solid stock in there too. And if you had a real strong situation you had to do, what you would do is drill this. Drill it right through the outside tube, the inside tube of solid stock, this way, and then drill it this way on both sides of your weld. And then you stick a solid shaft, whatever size. Say if you put a 1/4 inch hole in there, get 1/4 inch round stock. Stick it through on both holes that you made, cut it flush, and plug weld it. That's the way it should be done if you want a lot of strength there. I mean, I was going to do it here, but it's definitely not necessary. So, yep, there we are with this so far. I'll have you show you more. I couldn't find the exact 1.5 inch by 3 inch square tubing. So I found 2 pieces of L channel. I'll show you. These were 2 pieces of L channel. Each was 1 inch. But I need 1.5 inches, so I had to take a 1/2 inch off of one section, all the way down on both sides, weld these 2 together to make the size that I need for the chassis, for the frame. Here's the old section of frame you can see I took out. There was some rot holes there. Look at the rot. Look at the rot there. Rot holes there. It was just junk. There's a frame support bracket that gets welded to right there. Anyway, there we go. There's a new section that I built. And if you notice, I got holes drilled. This part's going to be on the downside of the chassis. So there's vent holes there. You'll have air getting in there all the time. It's not going to rot out anymore. You're not going to be solid. When Kubota made these things, they welded everything up solid. Even at the ends, it's solid. Nothing can get out. So that's why they rot out. This will be my top side. So what I got to do now is, this is the angle I need. That side goes towards the front of the chassis. So I got to notch this out to match that angle. So what I'll do is probably have a 12-inch overhang here. I'll mark a section right here with a straight edge. Make a V. Cut out. I'll probably cut out a 1/4 inch section right now. Then I'll fold this in. See where I'm at. You could always cut out more. You can't put it back. You can put it back. It's just a pain in the ass. So just take a little bit out at a time until you meet your bend. That way you get a nice tight fit. I'll show you when I'm doing it. I'll update this and show you some more on the next video. All right, catch you soon.